Hello! This is the one episode rule. I'm Magpie, and I don't have any pre roll. I should have. I was going to look up some anime news, and then I just didn't. I'll do that while the two of you introduce yourselves.
I'm Blackle, and this weekend that just happened was Canadian Thanksgiving. And during our big meal that we had, I had a cheesecake. What was it? It was a sweet potato cheesecake, and it exceeded my expectations.
That sounds
So-
good.
I was so surprised that it tasted good. I
I'm into that.
nearly screamed. In fact, I screamed a little bit, but it was really good.
I want some.
Yeah, it had a mousse. It had like this weird like cream mousse that had like nuts in it, and it was like this tasted exactly like autumn.
Okay. You gotta stop because I'm getting hungry. Hi, I'm Joey. Um, I don't have anything as like interesting as like awesome sweet potato mousse cheesecake thing. This weekend was Orlando Pride, which is basically gay Thanksgiving if you think about it.
That is true.
But we didn't like do a lot of stuff there. We mostly walked around, and it was okay. I hung out with some friends. It was chill.
I typed in anime news like I expected anything, and what I got is pretty hilarious.
All
I don't
right,
know.
let's hear it.
They're gonna put out a Green Naruto season 4. Um,
Green Naruto.
Green Naruto. But,
The My Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Naruto. I get it.
Let's see. Here's an opinion piece about every time Goku lost the martial arts tournament. Okay, yeah, I don't care. That's something is happening in One Piece. Reports indicate that an event is
reports
occurring.
Indicate it's probably something to do with Wano.
Yes. And
or Reverie, maybe.
Apparently, Hayao Miyazaki turned down multiple live-action movie offers for Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, which is just making me think of that weird quotation.
the old men.
Just slaps titties. These can fit so many dying old men.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, do you, Joey? Fill some time.
Quote.
Joey, fill
I
some
don't
time.
know this reference.
Oh my god.
I'll go get it.
I desperately need to know what the fuck you're talking about.
I want to explain it so badly, but you're gonna have to wait until Magpie brings us the proper explanation.
Brings the goods.
Because there's no way that I can do it justice.
The
so,
meme
yeah.
titty. I need to
Yeah.
suck from Magpie's meme titty.
Oh god, no, it's not like that. Please don't.
God.
Okay, here I've got it. I've got the interview. This is from an interview with some little publication in Japan. This has been translated to English. They're talking about Nausicaa.
Mm-hmm.
Miyazaki, Nausicaa's breasts are quite large, don't you think? Interviewer, yes, laughs. Miyazaki, that's not only so she'll be able to breastfeed her children or for sleeping with a guy she likes. It's when she embraces the old man and old ladies in the castle when they are dying. I think her bosom is something like that. That's why it had to become big. Interviewer, I see. Shock. Miyazaki.
Shock.
When she held them to their chest, they could die peacefully. I thought her bosom needed to be as such.
You can only die peacefully if you are a rest upon a very large, very well endowed bosom. That's the
only way I can die.
Yes, I mean it's
at
true.
all.
I want to die in Nausicaa's bosom.
Nausicaa specifically. Okay.
This sounds like a clickhole article, but I take your word for it.
I pulled this off Kotaku East. It is
Kotaku East.
It's from 2017, I think.
Jesus Christ. Didn't Nausicaa come out in the 80s?
Yeah.
What? Oh my lord, that is some anime news if I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's funny.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
What are we doing?
is-
Are we doing
what
a
a strong
podcast?
thing
We're
to
doing
start
a
a
podcast, I
podcast with.
think.
Jesus Christ.
Has anybody got a bit to save us from this?
I
I
literally,
could
you've
break
given
you off
me
a
the bit.
piece if you want.
Uh,
I don't know.
what
Do
is?
you want to break us off a piece?
I mean, you could.
Only if you wanna.
Oh my
I
god.
want it.
No.
I need it.
No, that's canceled. We have more anime news.
I need the piece.
Okay. Bring us the anime news.
Coach, Michael B. Jordan team up for Naruto-inspired clothing and accessory.
Why does Naruto keep coming back to us?
I don't know.
Naruto is following us with his VHS tape.
Oh my god! I have to take like a screenshot or something of this.
Okay.
That's
get
how
it to
we
you.
need you to.
I need you to. I need you to fill time while I get this.
Okay, well,
my God.
I'm gonna tell you guys a story.
Okay.
About a dream I had a really long time ago. It was in the dream. I was at a lake, and a duck came up to me, and it clamped its beak around my knuckle, and it felt as if like a you know those scallops, or what's the word for it? It's like a clam, but it's not quite a clam.
A bivalve? A mussel?
A mussel, yeah, a mussel shell clamping over my knuckle, and I was like, "Ow! The duck is biting my knuckle!" And so I punched it in the head, and it went flying out like Team Rocket. And that's the dream I had.
That's pretty good. I've almost got this for y'all.
Jesus Christ! My fucking weird duck dream wasn't enough for you, Magpie.
This is good audio.
Podcast content.
I fucking knocked that fucking goose out of the park, let me tell you. And it was one of the most, like, you know how normally when you're punching in a dream, it feels like you're punching through water, or like your arms are noodles? This was the most satisfying punch I've ever had in a dream in my entire life.
I promise you this is worth it.
It just fucking clonk, and then it's like, and it went flying. I still remember it vividly.
Magpie, bring us the anime news.
I'm bringing it.
I can't keep talking about this fucking duck dream.
No, we can't talk about the duck. We need the anime news.
You need it.
Why is it taking you so long, Magpie?
Oh, it saved us the wrong file type.
Jesus Christ!
Just tell us what
my
it says.
God. Why?
Screenshot it later.
Okay, I got
Jesus
it.
Christ.
I got it.
Oh my God.
I just imagine you like digging a hole and like being like, I found it. I'm getting it. Oh no.
The hole collapses in on itself.
I had to get this picture for you. Because that's Michael B. Jordan.
Wearing
And
Naruto.
Is he?
Look at his eyes.
He's got the fucking Sharingan.
What? I mean,
I'm gonna admit.
okay, like let's face it, he would, but why?
Oh my God. This is the best I've ever seen
I mean,
somebody
he
wear
does
these
have the
black
power
contact
of
lenses.
God and anime on his side, so.
He does.
Related, Naruto suffers a fate worse than death in the Boruto manga.
Fuck.
This is a rabbit hole we can't keep going down. I gotta get out of here.
Let's not talk about
This has become
Naruto
a
anymore.
Naruto podcast.
Why do you keep saying Naruto?
Naruto.
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 Won't you go back upstairs and watch your Narutos?
I'm a cockney.
Anyway, we typically watch anime on this podcast. So,
Yeah.
So I have one.
Who wants to watch anime?
I do. Tell us the anime, Magpie.
This anime is something that Emma wanted to break open, and Emma sadly can't be here today, so we're gonna get into it. And I found out as I was looking at it that this is a long-running series.
Wait a minute. Did Emma see this already, and that's why we're watching it today, or are we watching it in spite of Emma not being here?
I don't know. Doesn't
Because
matter.
I don't want to exclude her if she wants to
Well,
watch the
it
anime with us.
supposedly
It's
has
too late
relevance to the
to raise
month
these
of
concerns.
October. But I don't
Well,
know
the way
that
you
because
phrased it before was different.
It is too late to raise these concerns. So we're going to be watching GeGeGe no Kitaro,
What?
which is the show that appears to be about yokai in some way, and the
Oh.
earliest version of it I found was from 1968. So
Oh.
Wow.
What are yokai, and
uh,
does this show have an English
They're
word
little,
as its name?
goblin gremlin things. They're
Are
little
those the little
monsters.
are those like the little monsters, like the one where the guy bends over and he's got an eyeball on his
That
butthole?
is a yokai.
that is a yokai.
That is a
Okay.
yokai.
That's
Okay,
a
I didn't know what you were
Japanese
talking
myth
about then.
thing. We can
The
roughly
butthole
machine.
eyeball man.
We can try and
What's his
roughly.
name?
No, we're not gonna.
The butthole eyeball man. That's what they called me in high school.
But we can try and roughly
Anyway,
machine
let's watch this
translate
anime.
this.
Let's go watch this anime. Let's go.
Magpie's
Settle down.
trying to tell us something.
Good lord.
I thought you could fade out there.
No, I wasn't gonna fade out that.
I'm gonna go lie down, and you can bring the anime to me.
See, now we'll fade out because that's too good. Michael B. Jordan is a yokai.
You're
Michael-
right.
He
Everything
has
makes sense now.
supernatural powers,
Michael B. Jordan is a yokai.
including the
Wow.
Sharingan.
Jesus.
He's my favorite yokai. Hey, so this show.
This is a fun show.
Yeah, it gave me a lot of vibes in that it reminded me a lot of of different anime and different shows. And I'll get to those. It's about 3 vibes that it gave me, and I'll get to each of them as we talk about.
Okay.
But-
I did actually kind of get hype with the intro because the intro is has a surprisingly catchy song.
yeah.
I love the GeGeGe song.
GeGeGe. But
GeGeGe.
GeGeGe. Yeah, I was just looking at it and I was getting hype and I was just like, hey, I recognize that one. I know that one because I grew up as a kid as like a folklore nerd. You know the kid, like
Oh yeah.
whenever you're a kid in school and you meet like Horse Girl and like
Yeah.
or like Dolphin Girl or whatever, and then
Like you have your ancient Egyptian phase
Cowgirl.
or something.
and then the kid, and then you have the kid who thinks he's a fucking wizard or some shit.
Yeah.
Well, I was into
the Heart of the Cards kid.
I was actually more dorky because I was into like real shit that existed, which is folklore.
Are you saying that folklore is real?
Yes. Well, folklore is real. It's just not real.
Folklore exists.
It's the realest not real thing.
It's the realest not real of the not real thing. Basically, you just put a label on my interest that said people used to believe this shit. But so yeah, I was watching the intro and I was just like, hey, I recognize that one. I recognize that one. Oh, I'm getting hype. I'm getting weird Japanese folklore shit. I love this shit. Give me the fucking stupid umbrella with the foot.
Oh yeah, the
I love that
umbrella
one.
foot.
They're probably-
That's good.
I hate to break it to you, Blackwell. They're probably not going to do the guy with the eyeball in his butt. I don't think they're going to put that in the anime.
I feel like they
Oh.
would, but they'd be a background character.
His name is Shirume, by the way.
Oh yeah,
If
you look
want
that up.
to look that up at any point.
Oh man.
I needed that. Hey, can I get my dragon dick moment out of the way? Just right up
Yes.
front.
Oh god.
The
Oh god
first-
damn.
The first thing
God damn you.
that they I know you can't cut it out because it's the first thing I'm doing. The first thing that they showed were the weird little sperm ghosts.
I didn't know there were sperms.
No, they're
Well,
not.
They could be tadpoles, but I thought they looked like weird little sperm ghosts.
That is a dragon dick moment. It didn't even occur to me.
A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of manga artists like drawing ghosts like that for some reason. I don't know why.
They're sperms. They represent all of the sperm that's lost when people.
Okay.
Okay, like Yeah.
then perish.
Yeah.
There was also a cinnamon toast crunch monster.
But I
Oh
also
my
have
God.
I have an English name, which is funny. I didn't even look this up. It's called Kitaro of the Graveyard.
Oh.
Kitaro of the Graveyard.
Hmm.
He is of the graveyard, and I should probably go find a blurb, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Oh,
you should, and in the
get us a
meantime-
blurb.
I'd like to share with you the first vibe that I experienced.
The
Yeah.
first of three
vibe of
vibes
this show.
will
The
come.
first of the 3 vibes.
Will come at the striking of 1 on the clock.
The first of the vibes that were given to me by this television show was the intro gave me massive Nightmare Before Christmas vibes. The
Yes.
song, the graveyard, the fun,
Just
whimsical creatures.
yes, so many good. Like if the Nightmare Before Christmas was an anime, it would go.
This would be
like,
it.
Yeah, this would be
Yeah.
it.
This would be
I
it.
agree with you. Can I say one last my last, I guess, intro song note was I liked the line in the song that said ghosts don't have school.
They don't,
They
No,
don't.
unless
Yeah.
unless they died while at school,
Oh
Oh,
no.
and
you're
then
in
school forever.
That's
Uh,
like the worst.
I have a blurb from just Wikipedia.
Okay.
Well, it
Uh,
seems like these yokai can go anywhere. It doesn't seem like they're tied to any one location.
So, GeGeGe no Kitaro, I don't know if I pronounced that right, originally known as Kitaro of the Graveyard, is a Japanese manga series created in 1960
Jesus.
by
Amazing.
Shigeru Mizuki. It is best known for its popularization of folklore creatures known as yokai,
Yokai.
a class of spirit monsters to which all the main characters belong, including that one human girl, despite despite what we think. Because that's what it makes it seem like.
Wait, what?
Never
It says
mind.
that all the main characters are yokai.
Oh, okay.
But because
see.
that girl is like a main character, does that mean she's a yokai?
Yes.
She is
All
She
main
becomes
characters.
one. I bet you she
Honorary
becomes one
yokai.
at some
She
point.
becomes one through murder.
Oh.
Maybe spoilers to the very end, but like when the kid gets like hit in the back with the arrow, maybe it goes through him and hits her, and now she's dead.
Yep, she's dead. That's how it works.
Oh god. But yeah, the intro was really fun. Huge agreement on that.
Mhm.
And the very first scene that we're shown of the guy, like the fucking dude being really annoying in the middle of the street yelling, I am the main character of this show. You are all secondary characters. And then he turns into a fucking tree.
He looks like a main character too, which is hilarious.
It is.
He's got like white
Well,
hair.
He's not. Yeah, oh my God.
Make sure to smash that like button to turn
Smash
into a
that like
vampiric
button.
tree growing out of the hot cement of Shibuya.
I, for one, am glad that the trees are finally starting to oppress YouTubers.
Yeah.
It's
Huge
about
moods.
time.
Huge moods.
Finally. It's finally time for the punishment that we all deserve.
What I liked
YouTubers
was
messed up a lot of stuff in this episode, like because was it the same guy or was it a different guy that like
No, it was the
unleashed
same
an
guy.
ancient yokai
that's-
for the likes? Lol, just gonna break this ancient seal.
Yeah, that's why he
Yeah.
turned into a tree in the middle of a crosswalk, because he got the seed put in him, and then he just wandered out to continue on his reign of terror.
Yeah. But yeah, what I wrote down about that was that like later in the episode it's revealed that he like unleashed some evil by like pulling
Yeah.
a piece of paper off of a stone. And I wrote what did I write down? I wrote Logan Paul released the evil.
Oh shit!
Logan Paul unleashes unbreakable curse upon community.
Turns into tree.
Turns into
God.
Hey,
Issues public apology.
Guys,
Look,
I
I'm
am
sorry.
so sorry for my behavior where I unleashed an evil and turned into a tree.
Look, I'm sorry if any of you were offended when you turned into trees.
Oh,
I mean, personally, I'm into treeification.
I wrote down treeification.
You did too. I did. I wrote down treeification.
I'm so glad.
I'm so glad too. Oh my
Magpie's
god.
not.
Anyway,
Oh.
one thing I did notice a lot was that there's a lot of eyes. Eyes seem to feature prominently.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
that's a Japanese folklore thing. There's just a lot of eyes.
Like the kid's
Eyeball
dad is an eyeball with a body.
Yeah.
He's eyeball dad.
Yeah.
Eyeball
Who did
daddy.
who did who did he sire that child upon?
The daddy eyeball is naked.
Yeah, he has a little butt and everything.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, man, this show has quite a history. I see the kid from it in the background of an old Gynax animation from the 80s.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You know, whenever they like to do stuff, like they would just make a bunch of characters cosplay stuff from other famous anime.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because there's like the Tiger Girl in this, and there's a guy dressed up like Char Gundam. That's how we refer to them now.
Nice.
One thing that freaks me out about the eyeball daddy is that his pupil blinks.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way they could
Closes
get.
his eye, but it's
That's the
just his pupil.
That's the only way they could get any expression out of him.
That's what freaks me out is just the Like I just imagine like the gooey like pupil like.
I mean, he's a yokai. He can get away with that.
I know, but it's still freaky.
I'm just looking at pictures related to this, and I do see the YouTube man, and I see underneath him episode 53.
Oh my god, he comes back.
He is a recurring character, apparently.
Oh my god, Logan Paul. Stop letting yokai out, Logan Paul. Can you name this episode Logan Paul Releases Evil?
Yes. I can workshop a joke. It's just like Logan Paul drinks mystery fluid from cursed gourd.
Oh my god.
Make sure to smash that like button and click the bell.
Oh my god, click the bell to summon evil. That really does sound like a folklore thing, like ring the bell and they'll always come.
Oh yeah. With a clop clop.
The clop clop.
Did anybody wince?
I did. I winced at clop clop.
I just kind of like pretended that phrase has no other like significance. It doesn't.
We've been like trained Pavlov style to be terrified of that.
Yeah,
particular
cognito hazard we've all been exposed to.
This is the mind virus that's destroying us from the inside.
All right, let's never talk about that again.
Can we talk about how like she was like, oh, I'll figure out where the yokai mailbox is, and she just goes on Yahoo Answers to find it.
And someone answers her. Answers her on Yahoo Answers.
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, that whole sequence of events is pretty funny because at first I thought that was like a drainage thing because of how dark it was and the like structure of the concrete. So I was just gonna be like, so you're just gonna go into this tunnel,
right?
Because somebody on Yahoo Answers told you.
I wrote down I thought it'd be funny if they go and it's like, someone shit in here. It's just like someone shot there and they're like, look at my shit on Yahoo Answers.
You go back to Yahoo Answers and it just says, ha 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 ha.
She was like pretty like willing and accepting of all of this yokai stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
She was into it. She was like, let me come with you and fight these monsters.
She's just like, I'm 14. There might as well be demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are inside of me, so why not outside?
Same shit as always.
One thing I noticed was that her phone case has eyes. There's just like so many fucking eyes, and I feel like that's gonna come in later, where she holds up her phone case and some yokai is gonna be like, "Oh, is this another yokai?" And then it's like, oh no, it's just.
Well, she did hold up the phone to Eyeball Daddy, and he
she didn't hold it up phone case forward. She held it. She held up the screen.
That's true. That's true.
No, that just seems to be a Japanese thing where they just put like single huge eyeballs on things, like including the monster of the week this time, which I believe was called a Nobiagari. I wrote it down. Which is just a great monster because it It's
pictures of that guy before.
it's like a transparent like tube, like say you squeezed a bunch of dough out of a tube, but it had legs.
Oh my god, you're
It's
saying
just
he's
like
a glowy tube boy.
it's just like he's just like a cylinder with an eye on the end and a bunch of human arms.
Yeah. One
And
thing
a
I wanted to
single
say
eyeball.
about yeah. One thing I wanted to say about when she goes and puts the letter in the mailbox was I'm like, this is really giving me Card Captors vibes.
I never watched Card Captors.
I
No,
watched
me
one
neither.
episode and it involved a mailbox, which is why it's giving me Card Captor vibes.
Well, I see.
You watched the one episode of that involved a mailbox, and you're like,
Yes.
connection!
Connection made. Connection formed. This will never leave me.
Synapse activated.
Oh my god. Neuron firing. I will write this down. This is important information for my anime podcast. Yeah, well actually, now that we're here, I'm gonna tell you the last vibe that I got. Which was
Okay.
the Digimon Adventure vibes.
Certainly not
Oh, shit.
not the last vibe, the vibe that comes in its own time.
I wrote down Digimon Adventure vibes for a very particular reason, which was that the kids that were like when they're talking about like they're debating if yokai are real or not. The kids all look like they would be right at home in a Digimon movie or
I could see
television
that.
show.
Yeah. I
Just
could
the
see
way that their faces were animated, I think, and just the placement of their mouth on their heads. I don't know how to say that, but
I was thinking about Digimon today for some reason. I was thinking about how all Digimon at the end of like their like at the end point of like their evolution of their life cycle, it just turned into like men.
yeah, that is funny.
They just turn into just huge human men.
There's this,
Yeah.
isn't there this meme where it's like a dog, it's like the upgrade cycle of a dog in like Pokemon versus in like Digimon, and in Pokemon it's like it kind of like just gets older, but like in Digimon it's like the dog like grows like 3 more legs and then it gets like mini guns attached to it and then like
This is
Yeah.
made out of swords.
yes, it's so good. Oh man. But yeah, those were the vibes that this show gave me. And actually, I have one left, the secret bonus vibe, which was when the kid was when the kid yokai gets transformed into a tree, and it's like the branches are like sprouting out from it. And I'm like, Tetsuo!
Oh god.
Kaneda!
I have a
Akira
thought.
vibes.
I have a thought because of that, which is if you just watch the beginning of this, it really it feels like a Junji Ito joint.
And
I'm pretty
especially the little the bumper where like it shows you like I guess an image from the manga.
yeah,
It really looks like his art style.
I feel like the only difference between this and Junji Ito stuff is that this ends well. Like,
This is kind of like lighthearted.
it ends well for the characters, whereas with the Junji Ito joint, it's just like, and then all those people turned into trees, and that's just how it ends.
That's just how it goes.
Those people are dead now.
There's some pretty like not happy ending, but there's some pretty funny what's the word zero like what would you say like you know those stories where it's like stuff happens and then it ends and then it's just a return to the status quo and it's like nothing has happened.
Oh yeah.
There's a few Junji Ito stories like that. Chief among them, the one that I remember the most was they go to investigate this like hotel, and next to the hotel is a graveyard, and the like the tombstones in the graveyard keep like rotating.
Yeah.
And they're like, why? This is fucked up. Turns out some like Arnold Schwarzenegger-esque muscle man is like wants to be appreciated for his muscles, so he keeps rotating the fucking like tombstones so they face him while he does his routine.
That's incredible.
That's a very good story.
I need to read
one
that.
I remember.
I need to read that one, and I need to read the land shark one.
Yeah.
But
oh man.
All right. So
I liked that their shirts stayed on when they turned into a tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like
just miraculously.
Yeah.
But how did he get his shirt off the tree?
I don't know.
No, I don't.
I
Do
thought he,
those
like,
people
ripped it
I
just-
don't
off.
know that he did.
Do those people just have a tree now?
Maybe they
because
cut
that-
it down so he could get his clothes.
Because it didn't turn back into like it wouldn't have
No,
turned back
'cause-
into a person.
Because he just hatched from a little fruit.
Yeah, he's just
He's a little fruit boy.
a little fruit
Little
boy.
fruit boy.
He's
Mhm.
a little what's the kid's name? Momotaro. He's a little peach kid.
Yeah. Does anyone agree with me? And this is, I feel like this is like I'm being rude by saying this, but did anyone else find the animation to be really like sloppy?
In places, but then
Sometimes a couple of spots.
Like there was a shot of her like turning her head and like her eyes
That's
were like
the
going.
part
into-
that I noticed. It was
like,
very bad.
whoops.
I
Well,
was like,
Her
oh,
face
someone
did not look right.
not a lot
Well-
of quality control on this shot. Maybe they should have just done a still this time.
Well, by contrast, the people turning into trees was lavishly animated. So that's where all the money went.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're
there
just
were some,
like, this
really good
episode-
parts.
In this episode, we're gonna make this gross thing happen, and then the rest, we'll just sort of pick it up.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
like I feel like there was an A team and a B team.
Yeah, we'll make
The
it.
B team did a
But-
few did kind of a sloppy job.
Well, that's usually how it works. It's usually you have your key animators, and then you have your in-betweeners, and I assume the key animators just spent most of their time animating the tree sequences.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't think that ruined the aesthetics of it for me.
well, no,
I
I just
still
thought
enjoyed
it was
overall
something.
how it looked. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
you're
right.
noticed that too.
This sort of show doesn't usually operate with a lot of money to begin with, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's good on them.
Yeah.
What they got going. This is a what's his name? This is a mysterious salesman sort of joint.
How do you mean by that?
Do you not know about the what is it? Mysterious salesman or the smiling salesman or whatever?
No.
Joey, say something weird while I look this up. Oh,
No, I don't know what you're talking about either. Hey, so his attacks, can we talk about those really quick?
Yeah. Finger guns, remote controlled Gita,
finger
His, hair
guns are really
needles.
funny.
hair needles.
His, like, she spiked him out. And then
that was good.
she kind of got like powers too, where she suddenly had like bad luck. What happened?
Yeah, the
I think
coincidental
there's
power.
another yokai haunting her.
Yeah. I think that
Because she
maybe
saw
she is a
something-
yokai.
She saw something on the tree that like vanished,
Hmm.
and I'm kind of
Yeah.
assuming that was the thing that is giving her like weird bad luck or something.
It's
Bad luck powers.
it's this guy. It's the laughing salesman.
What the fuck is this? I've never seen this before
you
in my
never-
life.
Have you never seen the laughing salesman? Oh, we're gonna have to get
Never.
into this
I don't know
bonus
this either.
because laughing
What the
salesman's
fuck?
wild. Basically, what his deal is he's like, I don't know, he's like supposed to be like the devil or something. I don't know.
Oh.
He comes to you at a bad time in your life and makes a deal with you.
Is this like a creepypasta?
No, this is
Is
just
this
an
a
old
folklore thing?
this is an old anime from the 80s.
Oh.
Huh.
Huh. Never heard of this.
Pretty big over there. They recently tried to make it into an anime again. It didn't do very good numbers, so
Oh no.
It was
which is
cursed.
it's kind of a shame. But
Hmm.
yeah, we'll get into this sometimes. People love the character. I should mention they use him for advertising all over sorts of things. Especially
yeah?
for stuff that's like really inappropriate. Do you you guys are familiar with like Ava being used for like materialistic advertising shit that's hilarious in context with Ava,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
like Gendo shaving and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's the kind of thing they use the laughing salesman for.
Oh,
That's funny.
that's funny.
This is a weird aside that we've done
Yeah.
here. Does anybody else have
I,
anything to say about the show that we watched?
I just have like 4 things left, and they're just really inane. Well,
Oh,
I guess what we
God.
could talk about is like the cliffhanger of him getting like arrowed in the back.
Arrow,
Arrowed.
arrow.
He'll be okay.
Yeah.
He turned into a tree and he was okay, so
Didn't they
He
say
can
at the
take an
beginning that
arrow.
yokai can't die?
It seems like
In the intro,
well,
they're like yokai can't die or get sick.
well, they were just like ghosts can't die, and that stands to reason because they're dead.
yeah, I don't know. know if I
I
Yokai
can't.
I don't know
just
if
a
I
kind of
can buy
ghost?
that they don't.
I don't
get-
know. I don't know if that counts because some yokai are not dead humans or dead animals. Like the umbrella yokai is something that that's just a regular ass umbrella that turns into a
Yeah.
demon after 100 years.
That freaks me out. It's just like if you just leave something for a while, it'll turn into a demon.
That's a that's a whole thing with Japanese culture is to have like respect for like the spirits of items.
That's animism, right?
Yeah, it's
That's like the
it's related
story
to
of
animism.
like the story of the woman who like filled her computer up with rice over the course of several years because every time that she did something operation on the computer, she was like, "Thank you for this," and then gave it a piece of rice.
Yeah, she was given the kami of a sacrifice, an
That's
offering.
But yeah, I just I thought that the cliffhanger of him getting like hit in the back with the arrow, I was just like, I kind of like given the intro where it was like they're like ghosts can't die. I'm like, oh well, I guess he can't die. So this is kind of like a lame like cliffhanger.
Well, like being a yokai, you can probably be sealed into like a rock or something. That'd probably suck.
Yeah, which makes me wonder how did he defeat the evil yokai in this episode? Like, does he like are they gonna respawn later? Like, what happened?
They just beat him up and told him to leave.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, all right. You guys ready to wrap this up?
No, I just have
Yeah.
2 more. I've just got 3 more name things to say.
5 more.
Okay.
I just have 3 more name things to say, and I'll say them really quickly. In fact, one of them I won't even say because it's bullshit. But one thing I thought was really funny was that when they go into like the underground like water reservoir thing,
Mhm.
and they're like, she's like, "What is this place?" And like, it's an underground water reservoir for rainwater. You're a human and you don't know that? And it's like, yeah, I'm a human. I don't know shit. I'm 14 years old.
Just like I'm 14 years old and a modern like suburbs dweller. I don't. Why do you think I would know? Why do you think I would know all the intricacies of my neighborhood's infrastructure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually forgot some of the stuff I wanted to say, which is written here on my list is in big block letters the word rat mail.
Rat mail.
That was
yeah,
funny.
I
Rat
forgot
mail.
about that. Animal messengers.
That
Rat
was good.
mail.
That was really good. I also loved how the dude ran away. Like her friend ran the fuck away when they were first.
Oh yeah,
introduced.
he did.
Oh yeah, he
He
never
just booked
came
it.
back.
Just
I
gone.
forgot about that.
That's some coward shit. I love it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Just wait for the rat to arrive at your house with a message from me, and you open it up, and it's just a picture of a pumpkin that looks like an ass.
It's like I saw this
Look
and
at
thought
this
of you.
pumpkin.
It's like this is a waste of everybody's time, including the rats.
Oh man. I think the last name thing that I wrote down was that I found that the ending song was really cacophonous.
Oh really?
It was just really grating to me because it's like it had some cool like it. I thought it was gonna be the same kind of like. I thought it was gonna give me the same sort of like what's the word? Nightmare Before Christmas vibes as the intro did, and it did for like the first 5 seconds, and then it jumped into like the whole like idol girl like extremely cutesy, which is fine, but it didn't go together, and it was just like it was fighting with itself, and like chiptune came in at some point, and it was like I was
Yeah.
having a fever dream, and I just could not
Well,
even
they
focus
can't
on what
all
was
be.
being shown to me.
They can't all be winners.
I know they can't all be winners, but I just wanted to like verify with you guys that did you agree that this song was really fucking wild?
It wasn't. I did not find it, as
wasn't the
enjoyable.
same sort of banger that the first song was. Yeah,
The first one was a banger.
I thought it was okay. I didn't
It was a
mind
butt
it.
banger.
No, you can't.
All right.
Should I explain what butt bangers are so that people
No.
don't think like
So anyway,
The podcast is over.
it's been nice. We'll see you all next week.